In today's topic, I'm going to talk about the 7 common mistakes in UX and UI designer resumes. Let's get started. Hello all, I am Rambal from Aspira. Happy to see you again. So in generally, there are beginner UX and UI designers. They made a common mistake. So I list down those common mistakes in their UX and UI design resumes. 1. Resume length. As a beginner UX and UI designer, they are preparing their resume on 3 pages, 4 pages, 5 pages kind of a stuff, and they are writing a lot of stories on their resume. So what you have to do, you have to cut short that and you have to make your resume in one single page. 2. Big paragraphs. So as a beginner, what you are trying to do, you want to convey too much of information in your resume. So you have written a big size of paragraphs and you want to include too many informations. So you have to avoid all these kind of a big size paragraphs. The reasons are the HR cannot read the entire big paragraph and can able to understand what you are trying to convey. All right. So you have to avoid this and you have to break this big size paragraphs into the small, simple, crisp bullet points, so that it will be easy to read or easy to scan. 3. Visual hierarchy. So being an UX and UI designer, you have to understand what is the visual hierarchy. So visual hierarchy is playing a vital role in all the aspects in your design career. So that should reflect in your resume also. So you have to maintain the heading, bullet points or the description or the key points, that the sizes of the font, the color of the font. So you have to retain the visual hierarchy in your resume. So by seeing itself, they have to understand you are the UX and UI designer. So maintain the good visual hierarchy in your resume. 4. Bad typefaces. So I can understand you are more fascinating with the fancy fonts, graphic fonts or Grinch fonts. So there are n number of fonts varieties are available, right? The display fonts. So too many fonts are available. So you are fascinating with those kind of a design oriented or script oriented or handwritten oriented or graphic design oriented fonts. So the problem here is basically if you are using these kind of a very graphical oriented fonts, nobody can able to read what the text is. So this is very, very difficult for anybody to read. Alright, so my recommendation, what you can do, you have to use the sans serif fonts or readable font so that anybody can able to read your resume quickly and easily. 5. Portfolio link. So being an UX and UI designer, you need to have a portfolio link in online. So online in the sense, you should not keep your files in Google Drive and try to share the Google Drive. So sometimes it may not work and they may not have the access to see your files. So my recommendation, you can have Behance or similar platform where you can able to host your projects and you can keep the files and easy to accessible format. And what you have to do, you have to include that Behance link or your online portfolio link in your resume so that an employer can able to view your portfolio in online and easily they can able to access the file. 6. File size. So your resume file size should not exceeded 1 MB. So my recommended size should be less than 500 KB. So if you are using Figma or any other design softwares to creating your resume, that file size should be something like 10 MB to 20 MB or 30 MB. So what you have to do, you have to use the online compressor tool and reduce your PDF file size. So why we have to do that? So you can say that in Gmail and all it supports of 10 MB, 15 MB, something like that. But in a corporate environment or any working environment, they have enabled the security feature. If any emails contains more than 2 MB or 5 MB, that file or that email has to be restricted or put it into the spam. So your resume should reach the HR without any difficulty. So that is the reason I am saying that you have to maintain your file size. It should be less than 500 KB so that it will be reach your HR without having any difficulty. 7. Spelling error. Ensure that your resume should not contains any spelling error or grammar error or any typo error. So you can use, if you are using the word processor or if you are using Figma, you can use spell checker. So if you want to check the grammar, you can use Grammarly. So there are n number of tools are available in online. So you can utilize those tools and you have to ensure that there is no spelling and grammar error in your resume. Alright, so I listed about almost 7 common mistakes made by the UX and UI design beginners. And if you know any other common mistakes, or if you made any mistakes, please let me know. I will try to include it on my another topic. And I hope you like this topic. And if you want to discuss anything on that, we can do it on the comment section. And I will catch you soon with another interesting topic. Until then, bye bye.